1,000 affirmations. Love yourself. Trust the moment. Release the rest. Self-love, contentment, abundance, presence. Self-love and worthiness. I am enough, exactly as I am, right now. My worth is not up for debate. I love myself without conditions or exceptions. I am worthy of love simply because I exist. My value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see it. I belong here. I have always belonged here. I am a complete person, not a work in progress waiting to be loved. I give myself the love I used to wait for from others. I am worthy of kindness, starting with the kindness I give myself. My imperfections are part of what makes me whole. I don't need to earn my own love. I am allowed to love myself loudly and unapologetically. The relationship I have with myself sets the tone for everything. I choose myself every single day. I am not too much. I am not too little. I am just right. I treat myself with the same tenderness I offer others. I release the need to be perfect in order to feel worthy. My presence is a gift, and I recognize that. I am deeply and completely worthy of good things. Loving myself is not selfish. It is necessary. I'm at home within myself. I see myself clearly and love what I see. I forgive myself for the times I forgot my own worth. I am learning to be my own best friend. I honor the person I am becoming while loving who I am now. I deserve the love I so freely give to others. My body, my mind, and my spirit all deserve my care. I release shame. I replace it with understanding. I am more than my past. I am more than my mistakes. I love myself not because I'm perfect, but because I'm real. Every part of me deserves to be seen. I am not broken. I am human. My existence has inherent value. I no longer wait for permission to love myself. I stop comparing my insides to other people's outsides. I am kind to myself when I make mistakes. My heart deserves the love it gives. I am my own safe place. I embrace who I am fully, without apology. Self-love is my most important practice. I release every story that says I'm not enough. I'm allowed to take up space. I celebrate my small wins because small things matter. I look in the mirror and choose to see beauty. My soul is worthy of deep, honest love. I give myself grace, especially on hard days. I trust myself more every day. I'm not defined by what I produce or achieve. I love myself on the quiet days too. I am worthy without doing anything to prove it. I am gentle with myself when I feel lost. I am a person deserving of warmth and patience. My emotions are valid and my feelings matter. I see myself through eyes of compassion. I let go of self-criticism and choose self-respect. I am not a burden. I am a person. I allow myself to rest without guilt. I stop punishing myself for things I couldn't control. I accept myself at every stage of my journey. I am allowed to grow at my own pace. My love for myself doesn't depend on external results. I am building a beautiful relationship with myself. I speak to myself the way I'd speak to someone I love. I am allowed to have needs and ask for them to be met. I no longer minimize myself to make others comfortable. I return to myself always. I don't need to justify my existence to anyone. My flaws are not my identity. I choose to nurture my inner world. I have the right to feel good about who I am. I am worthy of every good thing life offers. I stop waiting to be better before I allow myself joy. The love I give myself overflows into everything I do. I accept my body with gratitude and grace. My story matters, and so do I. I believe in myself quietly and consistently. I no longer need suffering to prove my depth. I am soft and strong at the same time. I make peace with myself today. I am worthy of ease and gentleness. I trust that I am exactly where I need to be. I love myself even when it's hard to. I am whole. I always have been. I let kindness begin with me. I am no longer my harshest critic. I choose thoughts that support my well-being. I am learning to love the most flawed parts of myself. I am more than what I look like on any given day. I give myself permission to feel good right now. I am deserving of peace and happiness. I treat myself like someone worth taking care of. My inner child is safe with me. I honor the courage it takes just to be myself. I'm allowed to change my mind about who I am. I stop waiting for others to confirm my worth. I hold myself with the same grace I'd give a friend. I am not a mistake. My existence is not a mistake. I am on my own side. Self-love is not vanity. It is survival. I love myself. Right now in this moment, as I am. Confidence without comparison. My confidence doesn't depend on anyone else's approval. I can admire someone without feeling less than them. Other people's success is not a threat to mine. I am secure enough in myself to cheer others on. My confidence comes from within, not from validation. I don't need to be the most impressive person in the room. I walk into spaces knowing I belong there. I am not in competition with anyone around me. Someone else's light does not dim mine. I feel confident in my own lane. I am at ease around people who are sure of themselves. Other people's confidence inspires rather than threatens me. I don't measure my worth against someone else's highlight reel. I am allowed to be a quiet, steady kind of confident. I am not less for being humble. I can share a room with greatness and still feel whole. My confidence is not louder than my character. I don't need to compete. I only need to be myself. I can acknowledge someone else as talented without erasing my own gifts. I feel secure in who I am without needing to prove it. I am not intimidated by strength because I carry my own. I release the need to one-up or outshine. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's knowing your own value. I hold my head high without pushing anyone else down. I find strength in myself even when others around me shine brightly. My voice is worth hearing even in a room of experts. I stand tall without standing on others. I am unbothered by comparison because I know who I am. Someone doing well doesn't mean I'm doing poorly. I walk through life with quiet, grounded assurance. I'm not performing confidence. I am building it genuinely. I'm allowed to feel good about myself always. My confidence doesn't shrink around successful people. I recognize my gifts without dismissing the gifts of others. I am solid in who I am. Even on uncertain days, I can witness someone else's greatness with an open heart. I don't need external validation to know my worth. I am confident in my ability to figure things out. My inner knowing is steady, even when things shift around me. I don't shrink when others are bold. The success of others makes the world bigger, not smaller. I know who I am, and that knowledge is a foundation. I am comfortable standing in my own truth. My confidence is rooted in self-knowledge, not performance. I appreciate confidence in others. It reflects possibility. I do not feel threatened because I trust myself. I am at peace with where I am on my path. I see confident people as mirrors of what's possible. I am not defined by how I measure up to others. I walk gently and confidently at the same time. I welcome meetings with strong, vibrant people. My confidence grows quietly through how I treat myself daily. I choose admiration over envy. I choose curiosity over competition. I am allowed to be a learner and still be confident. My worth is not conditional on being the best. I recognize my uniqueness without needing to rank it. I feel comfortable with people who are good at what they do. The world is large enough for all of us to be great. I bring something no one else can, myself. I stand firm in who I am without defending it constantly. I release defensiveness and choose openness. I'm not shaken by people who carry themselves well. I honor both my strengths and my areas of growth. I hold my confidence like a quiet fire, not a blazing performance. I don't need to prove anything to feel worthy. Someone being ahead of me doesn't mean I'm behind. I find inspiration in greatness rather than intimidation. My confidence is rooted, not reactive. I am not in a race. I am on a journey. I walk with ease among all kinds of people. I learn from confident people rather than being threatened by them. I feel comfortable in my own skin regardless of who's watching. I don't compare my beginning to someone else's middle. I am not diminished by someone else's achievement. I am relaxed when others shine. I know my time comes too. I choose to feel capable rather than insufficient. My worth is constant. It doesn't change based on the room. I'm a full, whole person in every room I enter. I allow other people to be impressive without feeling small. I carry myself with dignity and warmth. I recognize that everyone is doing their own version of becoming. I am interested in other people's success stories. I find community in shared growth rather than competition. I stand fully in my power without shrinking or dominating. I celebrate how far I've come, not just where I haven't arrived. I greet confidence in others with an open, unguarded heart. My security doesn't need to be defended. I belong in every room I walk into. I trust that my path is mine and it's enough. I am comfortable not being the center of attention. I can appreciate excellence in others with genuine joy. I release the fear that someone's success makes me irrelevant. I am at ease with myself, and that ease travels with me. I have a quiet, unshakable belief in my own capacity. I am not diminished by admiring others. Confidence is my birthright, and I claim it gently. I do not need to be loudest to be significant. I trust that I matter, even in silence. I am secure. I am enough. I am here. Freedom from praise and external validation. I don't need applause to know my performance was good. My sense of self does not live in other people's opinions. Praise is nice, but it is not my fuel. I am the author of my own worth. I don't wait for compliments to feel good about myself. My confidence is an inside job. I am not destabilized by a lack of recognition. I do good things even when no one is watching. I know my value without needing someone to name it. I release the addiction to being approved of. I don't measure my day by how much others liked it. I am free from the need for constant validation. My self-esteem is self-generated. I can complete something and feel proud without anyone noticing. I am not driven by the need for external feedback. I know when I've done well. That's enough. I stop outsourcing my self-worth to other people. I am grounded in my own sense of goodness. Silence after my efforts is not failure. I don't need to be the most praised to know my value. I do things because they matter to me, not for applause. My motivation is internal, steady, and reliable. I have learned to celebrate myself. I don't need my name to be mentioned to know I contributed. Recognition is a bonus, not a requirement for my peace. I am not addicted to being seen. I release the craving for validation and find freedom. I notice my own growth without needing others to confirm it. I am proud of myself quietly and consistently. My thoughts about myself matter more than anyone else's. I'm not waiting to be discovered. I already know who I am. I allow myself to feel good without a reason from outside. I stop measuring my worth in likes, followers, or feedback. I am moved by purpose, not praise. I can sit with my work in silence and still feel fulfilled. I don't collapse when I'm not acknowledged. I celebrate myself even when others don't. My contentment doesn't hinge on being congratulated. I release the desperate need to be understood by everyone. I find validation in my own inner knowing. I am secure in my identity even without a witness. I stop shrinking when no one claps. I don't need praise to keep going. My inner compass is more reliable than external applause. I don't require constant reassurance to feel stable. I fill my own cup before I look for it to be filled by others. I know my worth so thoroughly that I don't need reminding. I am whole even when I'm overlooked. I carry my own approval everywhere I go. I don't need more affirmation than I give myself. I trust my own perception of my goodness. I let go of needing everyone to agree with me. I am not undone by criticism. I welcome feedback without collapsing under it. I no longer live for the good opinion of others. I have a stable, self-generated sense of pride. I honor my own efforts even when they go unnoticed. I know when I'm trying hard. I recognize it in myself. I find joy in my own becoming, applause or not. I feel proud of myself without needing permission. I no longer outsource my emotional stability to others. I am not performing for an audience. I am living for myself. I have my own back. I don't wait for someone to tell me I matter. I have released the habit of seeking approval in every room. I feel good about who I am right now in private. I know what I bring to the world. I don't need a trophy for it. I am not anxious about being overlooked. I find deep peace in quiet, unwitnessed integrity. I live in alignment with my own values. That's enough. I no longer trade pieces of myself for acceptance. I create from genuine expression, not from wanting approval. I am proud of the work I do, seen or unseen. My self-respect doesn't require anyone else's respect first. I find my worth in what I know to be true about myself. I hold myself in high regard without needing others to mirror it. I have everything I need to feel good about who I am. I release comparison as a measurement tool. I don't check how I'm doing against others. I am deeply settled in my sense of self. I trust my instincts, opinions, and inner knowing. I don't need a standing ovation to know I showed up. My creativity doesn't depend on being praised for it. I stop equating silence with failure. I celebrate effort, not just outcomes. I am enough right now, even before anyone notices. I choose inner peace over chasing outer approval. I am content knowing I did my best, regardless of reception. I release the weight of other people's opinions. I find deep satisfaction in quiet acts of self-honoring. I don't need a crowd to feel confident in my choices. My life is mine, and I don't need it narrated by others. I approve of myself, and that approval is firm. I'm not performing. I am being. I allow myself to feel good for no external reason. I am free from the loop of seeking and never feeling enough. I have a healthy, independent sense of who I am. I live fully even when I'm not being watched. I trust that my efforts have value, witnessed or not. I am my own most important audience. Present moment contentment. I am at peace with this exact moment. Right now is enough. I am enough. This is enough. I breathe in contentment and breathe out urgency. I allow this moment to be exactly what it is. I am not behind. I'm exactly where I am meant to be. I stop rushing through now to get to later. The present moment is where my life is happening. I find beauty in the ordinary of today. I release the idea that happiness is somewhere ahead of me. I am present, grounded, and at ease. This moment is complete in itself. I don't need this moment to be different. I inhale peace. I exhale resistance. I am alive right now, and that is a profound thing. I am okay right now in this exact moment. I release the habit of always projecting into the future. Contentment is available to me right now. I don't need to wait for circumstances to change to feel good. I find peace in stillness. I let this moment be gentle with me. I choose to be where I am fully. The present holds everything I actually need. I am no longer living in the past or the future. I stop measuring now against a fantasy version of later. Right now, I am safe. Right now, I am okay. I soften into the present instead of fighting it. I give this moment my full and peaceful attention. I release urgency. Things unfold at their own right pace. I stop treating now like a waiting room for later. I am rooted in this moment like a tree in good soil. I allow myself to rest in the now without guilt. I don't need anything to be different right now to feel peace. The richness of my life exists in the present moment. I am here, fully, completely. I trust this moment, even when it's quiet. I release the panic of I'm not there yet. Now is enough. Now has always been enough. I'm not waiting for my life to begin. It already has. I find joy in small, real, present moments. I don't rush past beauty trying to reach a destination. I live moment to moment with openness and ease. I stop holding my breath waiting for things to improve. Peace is here. I choose it. I am grounded in this breath, this heartbeat, this moment. I no longer postpone my happiness. I am present in my own life, not watching it from the outside. I let today be enough. I trust that this season has something to offer me. I practice arriving into now, into myself. I stop projecting into hypothetical futures. Right now, I choose to feel okay. I find quiet joy in the simplicity of being alive. I am not in a hurry. I am unfolding. I release the addiction to what's next. I'm fully awake to this moment. This day is worth living fully, not just surviving. I settle into now like it's a comfortable chair. I don't need today to be extraordinary to enjoy it. I am content with simplicity. I notice what is going right now. Peace doesn't arrive later, it's here now. I release anxiety about the future and return to now. I'm enough at this stage. Right now, I release the habit of needing things to be perfect before I relax. I allow contentment to exist without a reason. I savor the unremarkable moments because they are real. I am not missing out. I am exactly where I am. I find meaning in the everyday. I let today matter, even if it's quiet. I give myself permission to feel fine. I don't need drama to feel alive. I am at home in the present. I trust this chapter, even without knowing what comes next. I make peace with uncertainty and find comfort in now. I live one gentle breath at a time. I stop striving for a single second and just be. I choose presence over pressure. I return to this moment every time I drift. I am grateful for the ordinary miracle of right now. I release all timelines and let myself just be. This moment is not practice. This is my actual life. I feel alive in the small, tender moments. I am open to the fullness of this moment. I am no longer at war with the present. I choose peace now. I release the idea that contentment is something to achieve. I find rest in the acceptance of what is. Now is the only place where life is actually happening. I let myself arrive into this moment. I allow calm to settle over me like a warm blanket. I stop waiting for good things and notice what's already here. I find richness in simplicity. I am grateful for the quiet, undramatic beauty of today. My life is not on hold. It's happening right now. I stop waiting to feel ready and just be present. I find peace in accepting things as they are. I let the moment breathe and I breathe with it. I choose to feel okay, even in uncertainty. I am here, alive. Present, that is more than enough. I rest in the knowing that right now is exactly right. No hierarchy of experience. My way of experiencing life is not less than anyone. There is no correct way to be a person. My choices for my life are as valid as anyone else's choices. No experience is inherently superior to another. A quiet life is not a lesser life. I don't need to have certain experiences to be taken seriously. My path doesn't have to look like anyone. There is no hierarchy of worth among human beings. I don't need to justify how I live my life. My preferences are valid without needing to rank them. An introvert's life is not smaller than an extrovert's. A slow life is not a failed life. My form of expression is just as real as anyone else's. I don't need a dramatic story to have lived meaningfully. Every kind of human experience has value. I release the ranking of lives and lean into living mine. There is no trophy for the most impressive way to exist. My everyday experience is as legitimate as someone's grand adventure. I don't measure the depth of my life by its visibility. A person who stayed home has not lived less than one who traveled. I honor all ways of being without judgment. My journey doesn't need to look heroic to have mattered. Every emotion I feel is a valid part of the human experience. I reject the idea that there is one right way to be alive. My expression is not less creative for being quiet. I stop ranking forms of living and embrace my own. My choices are as rich with meaning as anyone else's. I am free from the pressure to live a remarkable life. A person can live a full, rich life in very small spaces. I honor the diversity of human experience without hierarchy. Not every life needs to be witnessed to matter. My story is not lesser for being unheard by the masses. A life of gentleness is not a life of weakness. I am not less evolved for choosing simplicity. I trust that my version of life is complete. There is dignity in every honest way of living. My spiritual experience is valid even if it looks different. I honor both the artists and the accountants, the monks and the marketers. Every person's path has its own beauty and its own grief. We are all just trying to live, and that effort deserves respect. I don't compare my rich inner world to someone else's outer story. I release the ranking of achievements. We all have the same fundamental experience, being alive. My happiness doesn't require living a certain kind of life. I don't need to do more to deserve more. The world needs all kinds of people doing all kinds of things. I let go of the idea that some lives are templates and others are footnotes. My particular kind of aliveness is irreplaceable. A simple life is not a failure of ambition. It can be its own ambition. I reject the social ladder of worthiness. No title makes one person more deserving of dignity than another. I find meaning in my own form of contribution. I release the pressure to live according to someone else's blueprint. My expression of life is not a draft of someone else's ideal. I honor the farmers, the teachers, the parents, the artists equally. Big dreams and small, peaceful lives are equally valid. I am allowed to value what I value without ranking it. My version of success is as real as anyone else's. I reject the idea that there is a peak human experience others have and I don't. We are all in this together, equally lost and equally found. No religion, culture, or lifestyle has a monopoly on meaning. I honor difference without needing to rank it. Every form of love is real, whether it's shown loudly or quietly. I respect that other people's truths are as real to them as mine is to me. A full, loving human life can look 1,000 different ways. I release the idea that there are superior ways to spend time. I honor the person who meditates and the person who dances equally. I'm not missing out on the right version of life. Life can be meaningful in any time zone, at any income, in any body. My version of joy is not less joyful for being quiet. I stop apologizing for how my life looks. I let go of the idea that I'm doing it wrong. Every person's inner life is as vast as an ocean. I honor what others value, even when it differs from what I value. I stop looking at other lives as evidence that mine is lacking. My way of loving is not less than someone else's more visible way. I release elitism in all its subtle forms. I trust that humanity is varied on purpose. We don't all need to want the same things to be equally valid. My experiences at home are as rich as someone's at a summit. I stop measuring my life against a curated version of someone else's. All kinds of people are necessary and worthy. I honor the wisdom in both action and rest. I see value in stillness as much as in movement. I trust the value of my own inner experience. My happiness doesn't need external proof to be real. I release the hierarchy between successful and unsuccessful living. I respect that there are a million ways to live a meaningful life. I stop placing some paths above others. I trust that the world is richer for having people like me in it. A tender life is not a timid life. I live by my own definition of a life well lived. I honor the whole messy spectrum of human experience. I find meaning in my own way, in my own time. There is no finish line for worthiness. I belong in the full, unranked spectrum of human lives. A life of depth is not measurable by its surface. My experience is mine, and that makes it priceless. I release all notions of superior and inferior ways of being alive. Every single person on this planet is doing something brave just by being here. We can be different and the same. I am both unique and deeply connected to all of humanity. My differences don't separate me, they make me interesting. I share humanity with everyone, even those nothing like me. I can hold my individuality and my belonging at the same time. Difference is not distance. I can be unlike you and still understand you. We are different shades of the same light. My uniqueness is not a problem. It's a gift. I don't need to be like others to belong with them. Connection doesn't require sameness. I find common ground with people who seem very different. I am both a singular self and a part of a greater whole. I honor what makes me different and what makes me the same as everyone else. I can celebrate my culture without dismissing others. I don't need uniformity to feel kinship. We all feel love, loss, hope, and fear. That's the same. We all express it differently. That's the difference. Both the similarities and the differences are what make us rich. I stop needing people to be like me in order to accept them. I am part of a vast, varied, beautiful human tapestry. I am never so unique that I am alone. I am never so similar that I lose my individuality. I hold both my edges and my common ground with equal pride. I don't require others to mirror me to feel connected. Our shared humanity runs deeper than our surface differences. I am related to everyone who has ever lived or ever will. I find myself in the eyes of people who seem nothing like me. I release the need to belong by becoming like others. My authentic self is my greatest gift to human diversity. I can be fully myself and fully part of something. I find kinship in shared feeling, not shared identity. I belong to my own culture and to the human one. I honor both my roots and my openness to the unfamiliar. I am comfortably, confidently, uniquely me. And in being me, I am somehow also everyone. I don't need consensus to feel like I matter. I release the need to conform to feel accepted. I carry my own flavor into every space I enter. I add to the world by being different, not despite it. We are all rivers flowing to the same sea. My path is mine. My destination is the same as yours to live. I find my people not by matching them, but by being honest. Authenticity is the bridge between me and everyone else. I stand in my difference without apology or defensiveness. I hold space for the same and the different at once. I see my reflection in the least expected people. We are all doing our best in our own particular way. My difference is a strength. My similarity is a comfort. I need not choose between belonging and being myself. I carry both my uniqueness and my commonality as gifts. Life isn't black and white. I release the need to categorize everything as good or bad. Life contains multitudes, and so do I. I am allowed to feel two contradictory things at once. Gray areas are not a sign of confusion. They are a sign of wisdom. I can be right and wrong at the same time about different things. I release the pressure to have a definitive opinion on everything. Things can be complex, and that complexity is not threatening. I don't need simple answers to live well. I can sit with nuance without needing to resolve it. I accept that most things in life are both and not either or. I release all or nothing thinking. I can love someone and disagree with them. I can want something and also fear it. I can be grateful and still grieve. I can be healing and still hurting. I can be lost and still making progress. Life is not a test with right and wrong answers. I let things be complicated without needing to fix that. I find freedom in releasing binary thinking. I am allowed to change my mind and still have integrity. I can feel more than one way about the same thing. I hold contradictions without being shattered by them. Nuance is not weakness. It is wisdom. I stop demanding certainty from a world full of mystery. I am comfortable with the unknown. I don't need every situation neatly resolved. I can be in progress without being in crisis. My life doesn't fit into categories, and that's okay. I embrace the full complexity of being human. Things that seem opposite can coexist within me. I release judgment and embrace understanding. Not every story has a hero and a villain. Most people are doing their best, even when it doesn't look like it. I give others the grace of complexity I give myself. I see people in their full, messy, real humanity. I accept that life will always contain mystery. I don't need resolution to feel at peace. I can hold open questions with curiosity, not anxiety. My identity is not a fixed, rigid thing. I'm allowed to be in the middle of a story. I resist the urge to label everything immediately. I find richness in complexity. I don't force tidy conclusions onto messy realities. I live comfortably in the in-between. I release the need for things to be clear-cut. I trust my ability to navigate uncertainty. I embrace life as a spectrum rather than a switch. I let myself be fully human, which means complicated. I find peace in not knowing and living anyway. The in-between is where most of life actually happens, and I'm okay there. More is not better. I release the belief that more always means better. Enough is not a myth. I know when I have it. I stop accumulating things to fill an emotional gap. I find richness in simplicity. More stuff does not make me more of a person. I release the habit of wanting more the moment I get something. I am at peace with what I have right now. Abundance is a feeling, not an amount. I don't need more to be happy. I need to notice what's here. I let myself be satisfied. I release the subtle anxiety of never having enough. Contentment is not settling, it's arriving. I'm not in lack, I'm in enough. I stop the habit of always looking for the upgrade. I find beauty in what I have rather than longing for what I don't. My life is full even on the days it feels thin. I release the need for more time, more money, more validation. I choose depth over accumulation. I don't need a bigger life. I need a fuller presence in this one. I trust that enough is actually enough. I release the idea that progress must always mean growth. Sometimes staying is the bravest thing. I let go of the compulsion to optimize everything. I am content with a life that's not always expanding. I find meaning in depth, not breadth. I release the pressure to always be improving. I am allowed to just live without a development plan. I don't need to be in constant pursuit to be moving forward. A quiet day is not a wasted day. I stop confusing productivity with worth. I don't need to justify rest with results. More experiences don't always equal more wisdom. I find profound meaning in repetition, routine, and simplicity. I release the glorification of busyness. I stop measuring my worth in output. I am not less because I produce less. I value depth of experience over volume of experience. I release the idea that a full calendar means a full life. I make space for emptiness because emptiness can be holy. I stop chasing more and come home to here. The richest life is not the most populated one. I find contentment in repetition and the familiar. I release the glorification of hustle. Rest is not a reward for hard work, it's a right. I trust that sometimes less doing leads to more living. I stop filling silence because I'm afraid of it. I find companionship in stillness. I release the habit of equating busyness with purpose. I no longer confuse acquisition with fulfillment. I stop and notice what I already have that I've been rushing past. I have enough. I do enough. I am enough. I release the story that my life needs to be bigger to be good. I am not less for wanting a life of small, perfect things. I embrace the sacred ordinary. My life doesn't need a montage to be meaningful. I find joy in the unhurried. I release the pressure to fill every moment with achievement. Some of the best moments of life look like nothing from the outside. I let myself be unglamorous and still feel great. I release comparison to people who always seem to have more. Their more is not evidence that my enough is insufficient. I trust that my own enough is calibrated for my own life. I release the fear of missing out. I trust that what is meant for me will find me. I am not behind someone else's idea of the schedule. I release the need to have visited every place, tried everything. My depth in one place is as rich as someone's breadth across many. I find infinite variety in small things. I am not living in deficit. I am living. I choose presence over accumulation. I release the cultural pressure to want more. What I have is real. What I want more of is often imaginary. I find richness in what already is. I am grateful for what I have instead of resentful for what I don't. I release the idea that I need to level up to deserve peace. I am already at a level called alive, and that is extraordinary. I find abundance not in having more, but in wanting less. I stop chasing and begin appreciating. I am wealthy in the things that cannot be measured. I stop at enough and let it be wonderful. Fame is not the answer. Fame would not fix what aches inside me. I don't need to be known by many to be loved deeply. I am not less real for being unrecognized. The world doesn't need to know my name for my life to matter. I release the fantasy that recognition would save me. I am whole without an audience. The desire for fame is often a desire for belonging, and I can find that. I don't need millions of people to see me. I need the right ones to. I release the idea that my value scales with my visibility. Invisible impact is still impact. I contribute meaningfully without needing acknowledgement. The most important people in my life know me, really. I am loved in ways that are quiet and real. Fame doesn't make someone's joy deeper or their grief lighter. I release the seduction of what if everyone knew my name. Recognition does not equal fulfillment. I am meaningful to the people who actually know me. I stop chasing an audience for my life. I live for depth of connection, not width of reach. A small, loving life is more valuable than a large, lonely one. I release the fantasy that fame would make me feel enough. The cure for loneliness is intimacy, not celebrity. I find my sense of self in my own inner world, not in trending. My work matters even if it never goes viral. I release the need to be publicly affirmed to feel privately whole. I don't need everyone to know my story for it to be worth living. The quiet lives are often the most deeply felt. I am not wasting my life by not being famous. True recognition comes from those who truly know me. I release the image of myself as only valuable if widely seen. I create because it's meaningful, not because it might be famous. I stop measuring my creative work by its reach. I release the idea that more eyes on me means more meaning. I choose intimacy over influence. I find purpose in contribution, not in recognition. I stop auditioning for the world's attention. I am content being known by few and loved deeply. My inner life is richer than any platform could contain. I am more than my personal brand. I release the digital pressure to be constantly visible. I don't owe the world a performance of my life. My private self is sacred and not for public consumption. I stop performing and begin living. I measure my life in moments of real connection, not followers. I release the anxiety of being ordinary. Ordinary is magnificent up close. I don't need to scale my life. I need to live it. I find profound beauty in a life unscripted for an audience. I release the story that only visible contributions count. I live fully for myself and the people I love, and that is more than enough. Happiness has no finish line. Happiness is not a destination I'm traveling toward. I don't need to arrive anywhere to feel good right now. I release the idea that I'll be happy when I have this. Trap is one I step out of today. Joy is available right now, not just in the future. I stop waiting to feel happy until something changes. Happiness is a practice, not a trophy I earn. There is no moment when I will have finally made it to joy. I release the illusion of permanent, stable happiness as a goal. I embrace the ebb and flow of joy and allow both. I find moments of happiness rather than chasing the state of it. I don't need to be happy all the time to have a good life. I allow sadness without thinking I've lost my way. I trust that feeling the full range of emotions is health, not failure. I stop using happiness as a measuring stick for my life. A life with grief and joy in it is a full life, not a failed one. I release the pressure to feel happy on command. I find peace in accepting that feelings come and go. I stop catastrophizing when I feel low. The low moments are not permanent, even when they feel like they are. I trust that joy will return, and I can feel it when it does. I don't need my life to be uniformly pleasant to feel it's worth living. I find contentment rather than chasing happiness. Contentment is quieter and more stable than happiness, and I value it. I stop expecting life to feel like a peak all the time. I embrace the plateaus, the valleys, and the peaks equally. I let myself feel what I feel without labeling it as success or failure. I am not broken when I feel down. I trust that feelings are information, not verdicts. I give myself permission to have a hard day without losing hope. I stop grading my life on a happiness scale. I release the toxic positivity that says I should always feel good. I'm allowed to feel my full emotional range. I find meaning in the darker chapters too. I trust that sadness is not a sign I'm doing life wrong. I stop trying to fix uncomfortable feelings immediately. I allow discomfort to pass through rather than battling it. I trust the natural rhythm of my emotional life. I find peace in knowing that joy is cyclical. I don't chase happiness. I create conditions where it can visit. I allow myself to sit with uncertainty and still be okay. I release the belief that I need to be fixed to be fine. I find richness in the seasons of my inner life. I embrace the fallow seasons because they prepare the ground for growth. I am not less evolved because I feel difficult emotions. Difficult feelings do not make me a difficult person. I release the need to perform happiness for others. It's okay to say, I'm not okay, and still be fundamentally all right. I trust that even the hard moments are moving through. I hold hope loosely, not desperately. I release the striving for constant optimization of my mood. I am human, not a machine calibrated for perpetual happiness. I find meaning in my grief and my longing and my hunger. I trust that the seeking is part of the living. I am not lost because I am searching. I find peace in the searching itself. I release the idea that arrival is the point. The journey is my actual life. I choose to live it. I stop treating the present as something to get through. I allow joy to arrive in the smallest, quietest packages. I am not waiting. I am living. I find contentment in the imperfect, real whole thing. I release the exhaustion of always trying to feel better. Sometimes okay is exactly right. I embrace the full spectrum of living. I stop grading my days. I start inhabiting them. I trust the wholeness of a life that includes both dark and light. I find beauty in the messy middle. I am already in the life I've been waiting to live. Happiness is right here, in the texture of right now. Being stuck moving, being stuck is not failure. Sometimes it's preparation. I give myself permission to be in a slow season. I trust the process even when I can't see progress. Stagnation sometimes precedes enormous movement. I'm allowed to take my time. I release the shame of not being further along. There is no correct timeline for becoming who I am. Some of my most profound growth happened in stillness. I stopped punishing myself for the times I've felt paralyzed. The stuck periods were not wasted. They were necessary. I trust that everything moves in its own time, including me. I am allowed to not have answers yet. I release the urgency that makes stillness feel like failure. I am resting, not retreating. I don't have to be in constant motion to be on a path. There is wisdom in waiting. There is courage in doing nothing until you know what to do. I trust my intuition about when to move and when to rest. I let go of the pressure to always be making progress. Progress is often invisible and still very real. I am growing in ways I can't always measure. I trust the underground work that prepares the surface bloom. I am not lazy. I am incubating. I allow myself to be in an in-between phase without panic. I trust that this season of stillness is doing something inside me. I release the anxiety of should I be doing more. I honor my own rhythm and pace. I stop comparing my pace to others' motion. I trust the slow unfolding of who I am becoming. Some breakthroughs only come after long silences. I let myself be where I am without fighting it. Being stuck is a season, not a life sentence. I find peace in accepting a slow chapter. I trust that I will move again when it's time. I release the habit of forcing movement before I'm ready. I honor the value of a fallow field. I stop treating rest as laziness. Restoration is productive even when it looks like stillness. I trust that my roots are deepening even when I can't see growth above ground. I am allowed to need time. I don't have to be in crisis to deserve rest. I release all the voices that say I should be further along. I celebrate the moments when I choose to rest rather than perform. I am not behind. I am thoughtful. I trust my own unfolding. I find comfort in knowing that every river has slow seasons. I accept the natural rhythm of expansion and contraction. I let the season be what it is, knowing it will change. I don't need to explain my stillness to anyone. It's okay to be in a season of becoming. I'm a work in progress who is already complete. I trust that when I'm ready to move, I will. I release the shame of needing more time than expected. I stop apologizing for being exactly where I am. I honor the courage it takes to rest in an achievement-obsessed world. I find deep strength in choosing stillness intentionally. I trust the quiet seasons of my life. I am not running out of time. I am right on time. I release the fear that I'm falling behind. My life is not a competition with a start gun and a finish tape. I grow in ways that don't always show on the outside. I allow the gestation period. The butterfly needs its chrysalis. I don't rush caterpillars. I won't rush myself. I trust my timing even when others don't. I listen to what my body and soul need rather than what the world demands. I am patient with my own process. I release the internal pressure to hurry up and arrive. I am not stuck. I am planted, and things that are planted grow in their own time. I trust that growth, like seasons, cannot be rushed. I honor the rest between the notes because that's where music lives. I find power in knowing when to stop and be still. I release the anxiety of not knowing how long this season will last. I trust that movement will return and I'll know when it does. I stop forcing what is not ready to bloom. I cultivate patience as a form of self-love. I'm not letting life pass me by, I am letting it move through me. Being still is not giving up. It is gathering strength. I find dignity and rest in pause in the slow season. I trust that the stuck feeling is asking me to look within. I turn inward during slow seasons and find what I need there. I release the urgency of becoming and trust the being. I allow the pace of my life to be my own. I trust that I'll know when it's time to move, and I'll move then. Being in motion and being still are both valid forms of being alive. I honor both my seasons of flourishing and my seasons of rest. I release all timelines imposed from outside myself. I move when I'm ready. I rest when I need to. I am both the river and the quiet pond depending on the season. I trust the wisdom of my own pace. I release all should be by now stories. I find grace in accepting where I am. I honor the difficult periods that quietly made me stronger. I don't need constant motion to feel like I'm living. Some of the most important things I've done have looked like nothing from the outside. I trust that what is growing in me is growing right. I choose flow over force. I choose softness over striving. I trust myself to move when moving serves me, and to rest when resting is the bravest thing I can do. Being content, now I choose contentment. Not because life is perfect, but because I am here, this is enough, right now. As it stands, I stop the chase and settle into the having. I'm already living the life I kept wishing for, I just forgot to notice. Peace is available to me right now without any conditions. I make the choice again and again to come back to now. I am at home in this moment. I release the urgency and sink into the ease of simply being. I find something to appreciate in this exact moment and I let it fill me. I'm not waiting for my real life to begin. This is it. I exhale fully and feel how safe it is to be right here. I am present for my own life. I slow down long enough to feel the goodness that's already here. I am not reaching. I am arriving. I let my shoulders drop. I let my jaw unclench. I let myself be here. I find contentment by choosing to be fully in this moment. I am not on the way somewhere. I am here. I release striving just for now and feel how peaceful that is. I am content. Not because I have everything, because I have now. I find my center and return to it again and again. I trust this moment to be enough. I stop adding conditions to my happiness and simply allow it. I'm a person who chooses presence. I breathe, and in that breath, I choose peace. I release my grip on the future and let the present be soft. I notice what's going well right now without forcing it. I let gratitude rise naturally from noticing what's real. I am grateful for the small miracle of being alive today. I don't need this moment to be anything other than what it is. I choose to feel okay, even when things aren't perfect. I am not in crisis. I am in life. I find the pause between the chaos and I rest there. I make peace with ambiguity and breathe. I let ease be my default state. I release the belief that relaxation must be earned. I am allowed to feel good for no particular reason. I release the guilt of feeling content when life is hard. Contentment is not denial. It's choosing what I focus on. I orient toward the light without ignoring the dark. I choose in this moment to feel whole. I am doing beautifully even when it doesn't feel like it. I stop, breathe, and remember I'm okay. I let the present moment hold me. I find stillness even in the middle of noise. I return to my breath and find steadiness there. I let go of what I cannot control and find peace in what I can. I choose presence as my most important daily practice. I am enough, right now, in this exact form. I find beauty somewhere in this moment and I let it matter. I trust this day, this hour, this breath. I am not chasing. I am living. I release the exhaustion of always wanting things to be different. I welcome what is exactly as it is. I find spaciousness inside the present moment. I am at peace with who I am today. I am at peace with where I am today. I am at peace with what I have today. I release the narrative that I should be further ahead. I am exactly where the story needed me to be. I trust that this moment is not a mistake. I release resistance and find how much lighter life becomes. I let my life be imperfect and still call it good. I'm enough, I have enough, and this is enough. I find rest in acceptance. I find freedom in releasing control. I find joy in the unplanned moment, the quiet Tuesday, the ordinary Thursday. I stop waiting and begin living. I breathe in the fullness of right now. I am grateful for the texture of this moment. I release the future and hold the present gently. I stop holding my breath and let life flow through me. I am not behind. I am not lost. I am not too late. I am exactly where I am, and that is the only place I need to be. I find contentment not in having it all, but in noticing what I have. I let this moment be the destination, not just a stop along the way. I am alive right now, and that is a form of extraordinary. I choose to feel complete today. I release every thought that pulls me from this moment. I come back to now. Always I come back to now. I find my peace in the simplest thing, being here. I trust life to unfold. I release my white-knuckled grip. I find ease. I choose ease. I am relaxed. I am present. I am okay. I don't need to be different than I am right now to feel good. I inhabit my own life fully. I'm not outside of my life watching it. I am in it. I taste this moment. I feel it. I breathe it. I am it. I am at peace with the ordinary. I find sacred meaning in the everyday. I stop rushing and let myself arrive. I am here. I am awake. I am whole. I am at peace. I am content. I am enough. I am loved. I am alive. I am here in this beautiful, complicated, fleeting, real moment. And that is everything. These affirmations are yours. Say them slowly. Write them. Whisper them. Repeat the ones that crack something open. Return to them when you forget. You are always enough.